If you have ever lived in an English-speaking country, you have probably noticed something interesting. People say sorry all the time. You bumped into someone, oh, sorry. You passed in front of someone's camera, oops, sorry. Even when they step on your foot, they still say sorry. In Western culture, sorry isn't always about guilt. It's a social glue, a tiny phrase that smooths awkwardness, that shows empathy and keeps everything gentle and polite. But in China, things are a bit different. You might hear 不好意思, excuse me, far more often than 对不起, the real I'm sorry. Because in Chinese culture, to apologize is not small talk. It's serious business. It means you did something wrong. Hello, I'm that girl in China. Today, let's talk about why Chinese people rarely say sorry. In Western culture, saying sorry doesn't necessarily mean you are guilty. It simply means you care about someone's feelings. But in China, to apologize oftenly means to admit fault. And to admit fault means losing face. So for many Chinese people, saying, I'm sorry, is not a sign of maturity. It's a sign of weakness. Because once you apologize, you lose your position, your respect, and sometimes even your power. First, let's talk about face again. 面子. In Chinese culture, face is everything. It's your social currency, your dignity, your invisible protection in the community. And nothing destroys it faster than admitting you were wrong. That's why when two cars collide, instead of saying sorry, drivers might argue for 20 minutes, not about money, but about who loses face first. Because in that moment, the argument is not about the accident. It's about hierarchy, pride, and saving face. There is also history behind this. For thousands of years, Chinese education emphasizes obedience and perfection. From childhood, we were told, don't make mistakes. 别犯错. Don't embarrass the family. 别给家庭丢脸. Confucianism valued hierarchy and order. A father doesn't apologize to his son. Teacher doesn't apologize to students. A leader never apologizes to subordinates. To say sorry meant to break the order. It made people uncomfortable. It made them lose control, so silence became safer than honesty. But times have changed. Today, people travel, study abroad, watch global media. They say that apologizing doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. Yet, when they say, I'm sorry, 对不起, their parents or elders might reply, why are you apologizing? It's not a big deal. This creates what I call the apology gap between generations, between East and West, between emotional expression and emotional survival. When people don't know how to say sorry, relationships suffer quietly. Couples argue for days over one small thing. Parents and children stop talking for years. Friends drift apart, not because of the mistake, but because no one said, I'm sorry, 对不起. We think silence will heal things, but silence is not peace, it's distance. In China, we often apologize through actions, not words. Cooking someone their favorite meal, buying fruit, or simply pretending nothing happened. That's our quiet version of sorry. It's love without language, tender but implied. The good news is things are changing. More and more young Chinese people are learning to say sorry, not as a surrender, but as connection. And that's a big step. Because it means we have learning emotional honesty. sometimes something our culture never encouraged before. To say sorry is to show strength, not weakness. It means you value the relationship more than your pride. So, maybe the real question isn't, why don't Chinese people say sorry? But rather, why were we so afraid to apologize? Is not to lose face. It's gain humanity. And every time a Chinese person say, I'm sorry, 对不起, we quietly rewrite what it means to love with honesty. So if no one ever said, I'm sorry to you, I will say it for them. I'm sorry that silence was easier than care, but now we can do better. Thanks for watching. I'm that girl in China.